Hey everyone, this is Kevin from the Chess.Website.com. Today, Game 12 of 12 in the 2016 World Chess Championship. Our competitors today, Magnus Carlsen, the white pieces, the reigning champion, black being played by Sergei Karyakin. And Magnus Carlsen, knowing that they're kind of tied up, he can kind of go for it all. He has lost a game with the white pieces in this tournament so far, but it's very rare for him. For the most times, if he's playing the white pieces, it's a draw or a victory. So he's kind of been peaking at the right time in this tournament. Towards the end, he's been playing better than he did at the beginning of the tournament, in my opinion. So all in all, we'll go ahead and get started with game number 12. Magnus Carlsen starts out with pawn e4. Pawn e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop here to b5. So the right Lopez, we've seen this 80% of the time from this tournament so far. And we see a similar response. Knight to f6, the Berlin defense, something we've already seen so far in this tournament. Castle on the king side, knight takes on e4, rook over here to e1. So exact same moves that we saw in game number 3. And they continue with the same moves they played in game number 3. Knight back here to d6. Knight captures. Bishop here to e7. Bishop back here to f1. Magnus Carlsen, he could have deviated at any time. Bishop back to a4. Could have played bishop to d3. Lots of different options. Decided, hey, let's go ahead and just bring the bishop back here to f1. After the knight takes a rook up here to e5. Castle on the king side. Pawn to d4. And then bishop to f6. So the first 10 moves, they did decide to go ahead and keep doing the same thing as before. Now, in game 3, Magnus Carlsen actually played rook to e2, which was kind of an odd move. Sergei Karyakin took about 25 minutes to respond to this move. And Magnus Carlsen essentially said, I didn't think this was that bad, and so I thought I would just try to throw off his opponent, which he did. In game 3, if you remember that, it went well into move 70, and that was the actual game that Magnus Carlsen made a huge mistake. Could have actually won that game, ended up drawing as he was not able to convert a passed pawn that he probably should have. Pretty distraught after that game, but in this one decided, okay, I can't pull a fast one over on my opponent, so decides to go instead play rook back here to e1. Kind of the normal move that you see in this opening. Rook over to e8. Karyakin playing strong defense, but says, hey, let's exchange material if you want. I know that you have kind of the advantage with the white pieces in the last game, so I'm going to do everything I can to draw this game, or see if you can make a mistake like you did earlier in the tournament. Bishop to f4 for Magnus Carlsen, just developing that dark square bishop. Rook takes, queen takes, and then knight back here to e8. He kind of had his decision here. This knight is being attacked on d6. He's going to be recapturing with this pawn more than likely. So he could either take here on d4, try to hold on to this material, and just give up double pawns on the d file. So after the pawn or the bishop takes, pawn recaptures. Knight up here to c3. More than likely not going to take with his bishop here. I'll say bishop back here to e5. A rook here to d1, attacking the pawn. Maybe pawn up here to f4. Can't really take it because then queen up here to e4, attacking both the bishop and the rook. So if the bishop comes back, then this pawn's going to fall. All in all, it's going to be difficult to hold on to that material on board. Decides to just go ahead and play knight back here to e8. Not very aggressive, but also just playing somewhat defensive in this position. Pawn here to c3. Pawn to d5. So just pushing his material up and getting his opportunity for the light square bishop to get involved into the game. Bishop to d3, pawn to g6, knight over here to a3, and then pawn to c6. And this was where I kind of saw the writing on the wall of completely symmetrical both sides. I didn't really feel like Karyakin was going to be doing anything too crazy because he could have from here played, pawn to a5. He could have not worried about this. Played knight to g7, and then tried to break things up on the queen side of the board with his pawns. But Karyakin, like he's done so far in the tournament, said, "Yeah, I'm fine with a draw. I'll play as defensive as I need to. Nothing's gonna get past me on this game." And Magnus Carlsen seemed to be okay with that as well. Knight over here to c2, knight to g7, queen here to d2. And then after bishop to f5, there was just a fury of exchanges on board. The bishop takes, knight over here to e3. And they just started exchanging material off the board. And Karyakin said, queen to e7. Hey, do you want to go and exchange queens off the board? And Magnus Carlsen said, yes, I do. Bishop back here takes on e7. Rook over here to e1. After the bishop comes back, king here to f1. They push their pawns up a little bit, but then after rook here to e8, the rook comes up in exchange, and then both sides pretty much said, okay, we have a bishop on board, same color. It's not an open board state, so the bishops aren't going to be doing too much. We've only exchanged one pawn off the board, but there's no material to even do too much. So this was after move 26. They do have to get to move 30 for it to be a draw. So they played the rest of the moves out in about a minute and a half. And then after that, they decided after move 30, the bare minimum, to go ahead and announce a draw. Very disappointing in my opinion. The game lasted about 35 minutes. I actually got to the coverage about 28 minutes in, and then it was just rapid fire. I thought they were already playing rapid and blitz style chess. It didn't seem like either player wanted to really be playing this particular game. Magnus Carlsen afterwards kind of alluded to that. He apologized to people that said, hey, sorry you were hoping for fireworks. That was not my game plan coming in. Kardiakin even kind of jabbed at him a little bit, which I thought was interesting. He said, Magnus Carlsen, he just wanted to trade off pieces. He didn't try to put me in any difficult spots, which I thought was weird since he had the white pieces. But hey, if that's what he wanted to do, that's fine. Now, Magnus Carlsen, for his credit, he is the rapid chess champion the last 2 years in a row. And if you're not kind of familiar with the tiebreakers, we will be taking a day off and then coming back for a rapid and blitz style tiebreaker. So the first one is rapid chess. They'll be playing a 4-game series. They both have 25 minutes, and then with each move, they do get 10 seconds. So different than the 100 minutes they get now with a 30-second, much faster. If for some reason it's still tied after that, they will play blitz chess, it will be a 5-game series, and they'll have 5 minutes with 3 seconds. So very, very quick. And then if no one's won after that, then they will play Armageddon, which is a horrible way to decide a victor. But in that, White's actually given 5 minutes, Black's given 4 minutes, and if it's a tie, then Black wins because he had less time. That would be the weirdest way to have a champion, but it possibly could happen. Now, as we said, Magnus Carlsen feels really good about his chances with rapid chess. So all in all, hope it works out. If it doesn't, I do think he's going to look back on this game 12 and say, I pretty much didn't even try to win this one. So for everyone out there kind of hoping for a exciting game 12, you were surely disappointed. If there's players out there that were kind of excited for more chess, you are ecstatic because we get at least 4 more games, assuming Magnus Carlsen doesn't win, let's say 3 of those right away, and then we don't play that 4th one. But all in all, we are going to get some extra chess. So thank you guys for watching. Short video. You probably could even tell from the length of this video that it was going to be a fast one. The other games may be as fast as well. Hopefully we'll have some crazy exchange with a fast checkmate. That would always be exciting. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the rapid chess in 2 days. Bye.